On December 14, 2025, a peaceful Hanukkah celebration at Sydney's iconic Bondi Beach turned into a scene of terror. A mass shooting targeting the Jewish community left the world in shock. This is what we know so far. Bondi Beach, one of Australia's most beloved landmarks, was glowing under the setting sun. It was hosting Hanukkah by the Sea, a gathering of more than 1,000 people celebrating the first night of Chanukah, a joyful holiday of lights and community. Families and friends had come together, their spirits high, ready to light the menorah and share in a tradition that symbolizes hope and perseverance. The atmosphere was festive, filled with laughter, music, and the peaceful sounds of the ocean. No one could have imagined the horror that was about to unfold. Around 6:45 p.m. local time, as the celebration was in full swing, the joyous sounds were shattered by gunfire. 2 gunmen opened fire on the crowd from a footbridge overlooking Archer Park, right near the beach. Eyewitnesses described a sudden wave of chaos and panic. People who were just moments before singing and celebrating were now running for their lives. The beautiful sand of Bondi Beach, a symbol of Australian leisure, was transformed into a scene of absolute terror. Emergency sirens soon replaced the sounds of the celebration as first responders rushed to the area, navigating through the fleeing, terrified crowds. Authorities have since confirmed the devastating toll of the attack. At least 15 people were killed, and more than 40 others were seriously injured. The victims were a cross-section of the community, ranging in age from just 10 to 87 years old. Children, parents, and grandparents who had gathered to celebrate their faith and heritage had their lives cut short or changed forever. The sheer scale of the casualties sent a shockwave through the nation and the world, as people struggled to comprehend how a celebration of light could be plunged into such darkness. In the immediate aftermath, a massive police response was launched. In the ensuing confrontation, one of the gunmen was shot and killed by police at the scene. The second suspect was apprehended in critical condition and has since been taken into custody. As investigators secured the area, they made another chilling discovery. Improvised explosive devices had been planted in a vehicle parked nearby. A bomb disposal unit was called in, and they worked quickly to neutralize the threat, preventing what could have been an even greater catastrophe. The presence of these devices underscored the calculated and horrific intent behind the attack. Amid the chaos and terror, a story of incredible bravery emerged. A civilian, whose name has not yet been released, reportedly intervened and helped disarm one of the shooters. This remarkable act of courage in the face of extreme danger has been described as heroic by local officials. It is believed that this individual's quick thinking and selfless actions saved countless lives, providing a small but powerful glimmer of hope in an otherwise tragic story. This person's bravery stands as a testament to the strength of the human spirit, even in the darkest of moments. The response from Australia's leaders was swift and resolute. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese condemned the attack as an act of pure evil and a deliberate act of antisemitism, targeting Australia's Jewish community. He pledged the full support of the government to the victims' families and vowed to increase protection for all communities. He emphasized that Australia is a multicultural nation built on respect and that such hatred has no place in society. New South Wales Premier Chris Minns echoed these sentiments, expressing his profound sorrow and stating that what should have been a night of celebration was torn apart by senseless violence. The impact on the Jewish community in Sydney and around the world has been profound. Synagogues and community centers immediately organized vigils and memorial services. Leaders expressed their deep grief and solidarity, while also calling for unity and strength in the face of hate. The attack resonated globally, with leaders from many nations condemning the violence and extending their condolences to Australia. These messages of support highlighted a global stand against antisemitism and a shared commitment to protecting vulnerable communities from such targeted acts of violence. This horrific event did not happen in a vacuum. It comes amid a documented increase in anti-Semitic incidents in Australia over the past several years. Community groups have been raising alarms about this disturbing trend, calling for more robust government action and societal efforts to combat prejudice and protect minority groups. The Bondi Beach attack has brought these concerns to the forefront of the national conversation, serving as a tragic reminder of the real-world consequences of rising hate speech and intolerance. While Australia is known for having some of the strictest gun laws in the world, this tragedy has prompted a renewed and urgent debate about firearm regulation. Questions are being raised about how the attackers were able to obtain their weapons and whether existing laws have gaps that need to be closed. In response, Officials have already announced plans to review and potentially introduce even tougher laws to prevent similar attacks in the future. The discussion is focused on ensuring that such a devastating event can never happen again on Australian soil. Behind the headlines and statistics are the personal stories of survivors, each one a harrowing account of escape and loss. Many have described the sheer terror of the moment, the frantic search for loved ones, and the overwhelming grief of losing friends and family. These deeply personal stories remind us of the human cost of violence. They are the voices of a community shattered, yet determined to remember the victims not as numbers, but as the vibrant, loving individuals they were. Their experiences highlight the long-lasting emotional and psychological toll such a trauma inflicts on survivors and the entire community. In the wake of this immense tragedy, Australians from all walks of life have come together. Memorials have been flooded with flowers and messages of love. Community events have been organized to honor the victims and to reaffirm the nation's commitment to inclusion, peace, and safety. In a powerful display of unity, people of different faiths and backgrounds have stood side by side, showing that hate will not divide them.